everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanya and welcome for the first time if you're stopping by for the first time. Today I'll be doing Jill Maurer's jewelry style tag. This was doing the rounds a couple months ago. She came up with this tag a while ago. I was tagged by a few lovely ladies here on YouTube, and the people who tagged me are Lisa from Lily LV, Deline from Yoshia Lux, Katie from Katie Cadell, and Andrew. Jill Maurer created this tag, and she is a jewelry designer, and I think she has a small jewelry line that she has created, and she has included 13 questions. So question number 1, what was your first piece of jewelry and do you still have it? Well, yes. Is this teeny tiny little ring just here? That looks like the root finger. It's not. That's what it is, and I remember Mum bought this for me when I was very little, obviously, because it's tiny and it just goes onto here, this part of my finger. That would be 18 karat gold because, you know, the Europeans only ever bought 18 karat or more. And then it has like a little white gold flower just on the very tip here. And it's, you know, it looks like a little rose, and there's quite a lot of detail on that little rose, and some of the detail on the little silver flower has worn away, but there is some engraving and detail on the gold part of the ring just there, and the little white gold, possibly silver flower also has little strokes on the petals. But that is one of my first pieces. Moving on to question number 2, silver or gold? For me, either or, I don't mind. You know, and yes, so I do both, gold, silver. Rose gold and silver looks very nice. I'll wear all 3 if I happen to have all 3, anything. Big and bold or small and dainty? Again, both. If I were to choose one over the other, I would probably go with the big and bold. I tend to like jewelry that makes an impact, has some type of statement. So this is an example of some recent earrings that I just bought myself. These are just little cheap and cheerful ones, so they're nothing too, you know, over the top. I mean, I've got a variety ranging from the petites, like I've shown you already, to something much more elaborate. Actually, I haven't worn this in a while. I must bring this out again. To this one. This is one of my favorite pieces. This is handmade and just stainless steel. Beautiful piece though, and every time I wear this, I always receive incredible compliments. You know, I've been wearing this bracelet here for a while, and I've been wearing this actually for quite a few months. I love it. Then I'll have something a little bit more intricate like that. We've got the good old Tiffany. So, you know, I tend to mix and match. Something like that too. I don't know if I've shown you these. Have I shown you these? Let me know if you'd like to see a costume jewelry collection, because I have many pieces. This one. These are my favorite. Every time I wear these, compliments galore. So yes, big and bold and small and dainty. Next question is, do you wear only fine jewelry or all costume or a mix of both? And the answer to this is very much similar to the previous answer, a bit of both. I have gemstone and diamond studs and things like that. So yes, I tend to wear those, and I'll even mix and match and wear them with costume jewelry and so on. So, you know, there are times when, much like this, I'm wearing the gold and I've just got stainless steel. You know, I've done this sort of thing where I pair gold and a nice costume piece. Question 5, do you wear the same pieces every day or do you mix it up? Usually I mix it up, but when I'm going through an intense period of busyness, I must admit I tend not to. I just tend to wear the same things over and over. Are your ears pierced, and how many piercings do you have? Well, up until last year, so up until I was 45 years old, I only ever had these firsts here, just the very first, the one piercing in each lobe, and that's all I had. And then in February 2018, and I specifically remember, I don't know why, but I specifically remember, I got my seconds done. And then after the seconds, I think I got my first helix. Was it this one or this one? I think this was the first helix that I had done. And then I got my 3rd in this lobe, and then I got this helix, and just recently I went and had the rook put in there, which hurt a lot. Wow, that hurt. And sometimes it still aches. It's still fresh, but anyway. So that's it. So I've got 1, 2, 4 and 4. I've got 4 either side. Yeah, and I think I will do one more. I will get one more, and that one will be, that's going to hurt too, isn't it? That one will be the tragus, which is this little piece just there. Any other piercings? No, I've entertained the idea of getting my belly button pierced. But what's the point? No one's going to see it. What's the point? And it'll be covered up with rolls. So really, what's the point? Okay, question 8. If you have a wedding or engagement ring, did you help to select it or was it a surprise? I helped to select both, let me tell you, inadvertently, because the first one I had, unfortunately, with the same man, unfortunately turned out to be a bad purchase because we were sold, or my husband was sold, a piece that was described as better than what it actually was, better quality diamonds and size and color. And I was involved in that because I remember seeing it in a window of a jeweler one day. And I remember, you know, describing it to him and he remembered, and he surprised me one Valentine's Day 22 years ago with that ring, and it was the one I had described. And I was over the moon and everything. And at the time, other friends were getting engaged and we were supposed to have similar diamonds, similar quality. And I was noticing that theirs were more, brighter, clearer, whiter. I had an independent valuation done, and it turned out that that particular diamond, that piece, was not what it was supposed to be. So we went back. Long story short, it was pretty ugly, but long story short, my husband was given his money back. We went to a different jeweler, and then I sort of designed this ring, not knowing actually it was based on a particular Tiffany style. So this is my second engagement ring here. So it's quite beautiful, actually, I must admit, and it's a decent size. And if you can just see the setting there, so it's partially covered. There's white gold across the top, so it's got 2 C's, if you can imagine, and then the top and the bottom are uncovered. The diamond is uncovered and the sides are exposed so that the diamond gets more light and shines. But I do in fact love this ring. It really is a beautiful ring. And this one is Jill will appreciate these details. This is an 84 point VS2 diamond color F. So yeah, I wanted a carat and I was prepared to add to it, but my husband didn't want me to pitch in for the engagement ring, so he bought this himself. But yeah, I would have liked a carat, and one day I will have a carat, but that's my engagement ring. And the wedding band is just plain and simple. Number 9, do you wear rings on other fingers or just your ring finger? I wear them on all fingers, whatever I choose to at the time. And even when I'm wearing rings, I tend to fiddle with them and I just move them around on all my fingers. Question 10, what is your birthstone? My birthday is at the end of July. My birthstone is ruby. And question 11, do you have any item with your birthstone in it? Yes, I have a pair of earrings with ruby. This is more of a pink ruby as opposed to a dark red ruby. The other one is in this second piercing here. You could tell this is old because look at the setting. It's quite high. It's got the 4 prongs. It's got the double base, but that's the ruby there. And it's more of a pink ruby. You know, you've heard the expression ruby red. Well, rubies, the redder they are, the more value they have and the more expensive they are, basically. I love rubies. I think they're beautiful. Question 12, what is your most sentimental jewelry piece? And mine, I think these would be one of my most sentimental pieces, is this pair of drop earrings. And as you can see, the coloring, just beautiful. These were given to me by my aunt, my mum's sister, probably 20 years ago. Yep, it'd be even more because it was well before I was married, so more than 20 years ago. I don't wear them often because I want to look after them. She'd come to visit us here in Australia, was married and was living in Venice, came to visit her sisters, my family, then went on a short trip to Queensland with her husband, bought these there and gifted these to me when she returned to Melbourne. And then soon after that, when she went back to Italy, she passed away. She discovered that she had cancer and she passed away. And it was all very sad because my aunt used to give blood every year, and that particular time she missed her appointment. Had she, you know, gone to give blood, they would have, of course, examined it and found whatever in it, and she may have been saved, I suppose. But because she missed that and it wasn't picked up early, she went very quickly. So, last question: do you have any jewelry on your wish list? Well, who doesn't? But yes, I would like to purchase the necklace, the Diamond by the Yard, I think it's called. You know, that Tiffany style. It doesn't have to be specifically Tiffany, but I would love that necklace with the one diamond in the middle. I love the Cartier Trinity ring, and I want that specifically because in all three metals, the rose gold, the white gold, and the yellow gold. And I want that because I have 3 kids, and so that would represent the 3 to me. The George Jensen puzzle ring. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. That is such a beautiful ring. A friend of mine has it and it's stunning. Every time she wears it, I just stare at it. And I'd love a tennis bracelet one day. One day. Who knows ever when. So that's that, guys. That is my very late edition. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like. So take care, everybody. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.